Good morning. Lovely morning. Sunshine, warm. T-shirt. First time out. Been out on a run in a t-shirt for quite a few months. No gloves. So today I'm just running at MAF, or maximum aerobic function. Just a nice, easy aerobic run to heart rate. So that's 180 minus your age. There are some other bits of calculations to that. I mean, if you've never been running before, just stick 180 minus your age and keep it at that number. If you come back from, major injuries, or you take 5 off that number. If you've been running for a while, not injured and stuff, and you can add 5 to that number. So for me, it's around 128. So I'm going to try and run at 128 this morning. Because we just need to run easy. Been ill, as you know, been watching the videos for a couple of months, so it's easing back into fitness. There's no rush. There's no rush in building your aerobic engine at all. Just take your time, it will come. But it may take a few months. So let's crack on. There's a nice cafe right here down. Sea Lane Cafe. So 55 minutes. So you've gradually been creeping it up over the last week. About 35k this week. Or last week. Just keeping up the time. I think this time last week we were doing 35. Now we're 55. But really slowly, just plodding really. That's the heart rate at the moment. It's 132, so it's even a bit high. 131. We're doing 650 per kilometre, which is fine. I'm not really interested in that at the moment. I just want to get the aerobic engine back up and running. That's the key. That's all we need to do. Running this route in reverse today. Same route I've been doing for a few weeks, but sometimes I run certain routes in reverse, so it just feels new. It might get a bit boring just running the same route all the time. But at least running the same route, you can see your improvement. So if you get around the route quicker, at the same heart rate, the same effort, you know you're improving, which is a good sign. Right, heart rate 128, 129, average pace 6:59, so say 7 minutes per k. So yesterday I did this route, and the average pace was at 130, heart rate was 6:30. So we're 30 seconds slower today than yesterday. Who cares? Don't let that bother you. You're not going to increase daily. Some days you feel really good, other days, heart rate's a bit high today. So you just pace it or run it accordingly to keep that heart rate low. And do that for a few months, it doesn't matter. There's no rush, you've got to have patience and you've got to be consistent. That's the key. I mean, if you're starting out, you haven't run at all you should be doing is this. If you can't keep your heart rate at 180 minus your age, when you're running, you walk like we're doing here now. Get your heart rate down and run again, etc. And over time it will improve. Like we've done it, so we know it works. I had to take, as you know, a few weeks off. Didn't feel great, and we just got build up again. And what happened? Those mitochondria don't just magically appear. They take time to realise that a body, you're constantly working, being consistent, it's produced some extra energy to help you. yeah, so the point is, don't go out blasting lactate thresholds or, you know, sprints and things like that when you're not aerobically fit. So all we're doing is just building that engine that everything else sits on. So that's another nice cafe just there, which is the Bluebird Cafe. Still running nice and slowly. Nose breathing. So if you don't have a heart rate monitor, I do advise you get one. Don't rely on the watch. And just nose breathe. Very nice and slow. Keeping it slow. Nose breathing. Build up that aerobic. And then when we do, and when we get to easy effort, where it feels a lot easier and you are doing the same route and you are improving, you feel like, you know, it just feels faster at the same heart rate. Then we're putting some speed work and stuff like that. And then we'll do the like the aerobic stuff. So you want to build up to say an hour. And we're doing 55. At weekend we do an hour. This is midweek. So look, 7:02, 4K, which is fine because we're keeping it easy. That's all we're doing. So if you did fast or above aerobic all the time, you just get fatigued, get tired, plateau. You won't get any faster. So if your heart rate's always like in the 150s and 160s on a run, well, unless you're in your 20s, then well, look, it's up to you. If you want to improve, do the work. It's not going to do it by itself, so you need to be motivated. It's one thing you can't teach people. It's you know, as the old saying, take a horse to water, can't you? You can't make it drink. So if you want to improve, build that engine, get faster at the same effort, then start slow. If you don't have a heart rate monitor, just go by nose breathing. It's a good indicator that you're chatty, you know, you can talk, it's not just a few words, and you're not puffy, go like a steam train as you're running, you know. Keep like that, and then build it up to an hour, and stick to an hour constantly for a while. We talk about that in another video about the aerobic and your lactate threshold and lactate turn point, things like that, but don't need to go into it until we're ready, which could be another 2 or 3 months. It's all part of the process. Lovely here along the river. Can't really see the river, it's down there. We're just doing one big loop. Do the same tomorrow. So, I'm also not doing anything else apart from easy running. So no strength work, for example, because I just need to, I get up, I go out the door and get my run in. That's all I'm going to do until I feel ready for some speed work, and that's once our aerobic system's got nice and easy, heart rate's low, pace is improved. That's the key. That's what we're doing at the moment. Now it could take a couple of months. I mean, last time I did this, well, a year ago, it took 6 months. However, starting out doing it will take a lot longer than just being ill for a few weeks. I mean, it will come back quicker, but it might still take a couple of months. So that's all I'm doing. Don't make it complicated. Put shoes on. Off you go. So as I record these and the times, you can see the improvement. So, you know, let's do this route again in a few weeks and to see what improvement is, because we've got it all documented, didn't we? So we know if it's working or not. 7:22, 6k, 42 minutes. So what? You wait and see in a few weeks what the difference is. So heart rate 30. So that's okay. Because as you run further and longer, the heart rate will creep up, called cardiac drift, and it will go up. So as that goes up, you slow down, but over time, that going up will push along the graph. So it will go up after a longer distance, then a shorter distance as you get fitter. Just doing a big loop, so we're running along the seafront there, right around the back end. Yeah, so once you've got, it's funny to describe, because it's feeling easy. The object is to make it feel so easy that you can go around and do it again, very low effort, and you realise, I'm going a bit quicker here at the same heart rate. When you start doing that over the next few months, we will, this lactate threshold and turn point will come, lactate threshold, so your lactate starts to go up, then your turn point where it gets too high or whatever. Those two lines, you want to get as small as possible. So your heart rate will go up over time, but you still be aerobic. So that's what we're going to aim for. That's our plan, and I'll explain it more as we do it. Come to the end now. Into these trees. 51 minutes, 1:31. 7 minutes per K average. We feel fine. We can easily go faster, but that's not the point. The point is to go faster at this effort, not to go faster at a higher effort. So that's what we're doing. That's it. Nice and easy. Feel like you can continue. Keep it going. We'll just build up to an hour and do that for a few weeks, and we see where we are. And as usual, we put it all on film so we can record it, see what we're doing, see the improvements. Yeah, so we want to stay aerobic, as we say, in these runs, and as you push that aerobic base higher and start going quicker at the same aerobic base, your heart rate will go higher. However, you'll be higher heart rate still at aerobic base. You're not going higher heart rate into anaerobic or into stress, because you cannot run any race over, say, 800 metres is anaerobic. So if you can build an aerobic engine to, I don't know, if I've got my heart rate 150 and I'm still running aerobically and it's like 4:30 pace, amazing. If I ran 150 heart rate now, you'll probably be 5:50 pace. Do you know what I mean? So that's the point. And then you can run further, half marathons, because you're running it aerobically, easily. That's the goal. Anyway, on that note, like I said, if you can't do 1 minute plank, 10 press-ups and a pull-up, then work on that, just for general strength. Otherwise, have a good week, keep running going, keep smiling, enjoy the sunshine. See you next time.